The 2024 Road to Le Mans, round 3 of the Michelin Le Mans Cup, features 2 races on the full 13.6km Circuit de la Sarthe in Le Mans. Race 1 is on Thursday, race 2 takes place on Saturday morning, 5 hours before the start of the 92nd 24 Hours of Le Mans. Local driver Louis Rossi, a former motorcycle endurance racer, is here this year with Graf Racing. So let's learn a little bit more.
I live quite close from the track, about 10-15 minutes from here, so it's quite funny because when motorcycle or car are driving all the year here in the Bugatti circuit, I can hear them from my house depending of the wind. I have the simulator at home and it's a home race, so it's very nice like that. I can go into the simulator and make 2-3 laps before to go on track, just to activate a little bit the brain and to remember the gearing, the braking points and stuff like that. So it's quite comfortable to have it at home. Je suis content parce que la première séance devrait être sèche. Non mais tu vas voir qu'il va pleuvoir samedi pour ma course, quoi, parce que je prends le départ de la deuxième course. But when it's a competition, there is something more. It gives a little bit of pressure. And this year, without Pascal, without the Graf, without the people involved into the team and also my sponsor, I won't be here racing. Yeah, but if we don't stop in the pit lane, I have more chance to overtake some car.
Yeah, let's get you up to speed, and
we will do
to get to know the track.
Let's do this. Thank you. I try to be focused on what I have to do and simple things that I work on with the team, like the braking point, the gearing gauge, how you will take the gas, and all the little strategy you have in mind.
All good for me.
I stopped my career in motorcycle with the idea to be at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. So now I'm building everything to be there. I try to be as clever as possible, to use every single minute on the car, on track, to improve my experience and to be able then after to participate to the 24 Hours of Le Mans. We are building something with Graf, and our objective is to make for sure next year the 24 Hours of Le Mans. I know that it will be hard, because make the 24 Hour Le Mans of Le Mans, it's something very hard. You have to make everything perfect. The car, the season, your sponsors, your teammate, the project in general. But we are working on it and it's our idea.
go racing for the first time at Le Mans. 55 minutes or 13 laps, whichever comes first. James Sweetman leading them away from pole position in the cool racing entry. Adrian Keeler alongside the second of the cool cars. A dominant performance in qualifying. But look at Torsten Kratz, the red, white and black number 22 car, sweeping up the inside into the Dunlop curve. Can he make it from fourth to second? No, he's just about there in third place. But Team Thor's Alden Gudmundsson is right with him as well. Massive field of 34 LMP3s, then the GT3s, and some more fast cars right at the tail after losing times in qualifying. GT3 leader is the red and white Ferrari. That is David Fumanelli. Behind with the yellow highlights, that's Derek de Boer, who started on pole in the class in the Racing Spirit of Le Mans Aston Martin. So the Kessel Racing Ferrari jumping into the lead of GT3, and lots more jockeying for position further back in the class. Down to the chicane for the first time on the Mulsanne straight. 22 goes into the lead. Great work on the brakes by Torsten Kratz. He goes ahead of Adrian Keeler. And behind him, Alden Gudmundsson, the white and blue Thor racing car, up to third. James Sweetman on the right-hand side behind, the grey cool racing car, the pole man under pressure. Two cars behind, that's M Racing's Alex Cuno and Philippe Lazaire in the Rinaldi Racing number 71 entry. They fan out down the straight, but it is Rinaldi Racing that leads. Torsten Kratz, number 22, too wide behind for fifth position, and that is Philippe Fernandez Lazaire going through. That is the Rinaldi Racing car with the paler blue nose and the red highlights, got ahead of Alexandre Cuno. And now as James Sweetman runs out wide in the cool racing car, he's got a run on him as well. This is for fourth place side by side. Nielsen coming up behind in seventh place and pulling out of the slipstream. But look at the battle for fourth. Sweetnam on the inside line, but sweeping around the outside goes Philippe Lazaire. He moves up into fifth, Sweetnam down to sixth, then the M Racing car of Alex Cuno in seventh. Lots of action here on Thursday for the fans. It's cool, it's almost about to rain, but it should remain dry. In the cool racing team watching the action, WTM Rinaldi are the leaders, but here's the challenge for second. Philippe Lazaire on the inside had a great run there on Adrian Keeler, who just could not hang on. So the grey cool racing car down to third, just ahead of Alden Gudmundsson. Then the number 13 of Alex Cuno, the M Racing entry. Battle for third. In the middle is Adrian Keeler. Alden Gudmundsson with the white highlights on our right. On the left is Alex Cuno. Cuno with the better racing line, and he's got by them both up to third place. He started the lap in fifth. The M Racing car is flying, but the safety car has been scrambled, so everybody's slowing right down. And here's the reason why. Senan Fielding's Stella Motorsports car in the gravel, and he's not alone. That is Horst Felbermeyer in the Reiter Engineering car. He's out too. And so is our pole sitter, James Sweetnam. You can see the cooling fluid leaking out of the car. That's the end of their race. Pit lane is open, and so almost the entire field comes in for pit stops, led by a Rinaldi 1-2, Torsten Kratz there, Philippe Lazaire behind, and then M Racing's Alex Cuno in third. Four cars stopped a lap earlier, 3 GT3s, 1 LMP3 car, so they will go to the head of the safety car queue. For everybody else, mandatory stationary period for a safe driver change, so hard to make time in the pits, very easy to lose it, especially when they're so busy. There's the car that was the GT3 leader. Fred Jousset taking over from David Fumanelli, but on the timing screen, look, 82A of course, and the two Blackthorn Astons are shown as not having pitted. They are first in the safety car queue. Back to green flag racing. That is Emmanuel Collard in the 82A, of course, a Ferrari that leads the field, but is their pit stop legal? Here's the change then for fourth place at the moment and the lead in LMP3. Great move by Leonard Weiss, WTM by Rinaldi Racing. Ye Peng Cheng for DKR under pressure, he's dropping back. David Drew squeezing by, he's got up to second place. Yepeng Cheng in third place and holding off a queue of cars onto the Mulsanne. 3 wide down to the chicane behind the leaders. Yepeng Cheng on the right-hand side. In the centre is Felipe Lazaire on the outside. Wayne Boyd couldn't get through. He does though, and so too I think will Colin Noble. Yepeng Cheng running off-road. Big mistake at the chicane there for the Chinese rookie. And now look at the LMP3 cars. They're starting to pick off the GT3s. Leaders already up with Manu Collard. Again, 2 wide, 3 wide down the straight. Lots of jockeying for position. And quarter of an hour left to go. Look at the yellow team Virage car. Minea Stefan down the inside. Romano Ricci in the M Racing number 13 car at Mulsanne corner. Huge crowd watching the action as Leonard Weiss takes the lead from Manu Collard on the road. Now, Collard and the other cars that stopped a lap before everybody else seem to have done so when the pit lane was closed, so it looks like they're going to get a penalty. Either way, the LMP3 car is in front. And David Drew in the grey Cool Racing entry looking to take second place on the road as well if he can find a way by the Ferrari in the Porsche curves. Red flags are out, and that means an instant stop to the race. So there must have been a major incident for the race director to call an instant halt to proceedings. There's Louis Rossi. Well, he's out of the car. That's on the right-hand side of the track. And that has been a huge incident. The car is destroyed. A thumbs up from Torsten Kratz. He and Leonard Weiss in the number 22 WTM Racing by Rinaldi car have won the first Road to Le Mans race. A lot of confusion, some out of time pit stops, and finally a red flag. But it is WTM who lead a Rinaldi Racing 1-2. Cool Racing's David Drew in third place because the results are counted back to the end of the last completed lap. So Kessel Racing win it in GT3. Second in GT3, further back, Racing Spirit of Le Mans and AF Corsa number 88. And the cars that stopped early, I'm afraid their penalties drop them way back down the order. 82 car, a lap back, as are the 2 Blackthorn Astons. An early end to the race then, but the number 22 WTM by Rinaldi Racing Machine was always in contention, and they take the win.
First of all, the car was great, so I had a lot of confidence in the first lap. So which makes me able to go to P1. And then, yeah, it was a bit of a pity that after 1.5 laps.
Just a lap and a half of green flag racing for his teammate Leonard Weiss, but they claimed victory. Post-race penalties dropped Cool Racing off the podium. Third place going to M Racing's Romano Ricci and Alexandre Cugnot.
It's unbelievable. I mean, to step up on the podium here in front of all the fans that came here to watch now the Hyperpole. It's probably one of the best podium of my life. The race was a bit crazy, but you know, it's such a special feeling and emotion to be on the podium of Le Mans. So I'm super happy.
After post-race penalties, AF Corsa's Matthew Kurachevsky and Alessandro Balzan took second ahead of AF Corsa's Custodio Toledo and Riccardo Agostini. Ready for race 2 with AF Corsa's 88 Ferrari on the GT3 pole, but it's RHGP's Fabian Michel who leads the field away in car number 85. once more, 55 minutes, 13 laps are the maximums. And this bumper field racing down to the first corner. 56 cars in total. Great start from Fabian Michel. On the curves, Torsten Kratz, look up! Does he hit anybody? No! Amazingly, he skates through the middle of the chicane. Lots of other cars avoiding action there as the GT3 leaders come through. Fabian Michel, Jens Renamuller in second place. Horst Felbermayr, the Reiter Engineering car, in third. There's the battle between Tony Wells, number 7 for Nielsen, and Christophe Lapierre right behind him. Wells under pressure from the number 10 Racing Spirit of Le Mans car. And Torsten Kratz on the move, looking for second place as the rest of the field streams down the Mulsanne straight. Safety car. Safety car is out, so somebody's had an incident early on. May well have got stuck in the gravel. Yes, they have. And that is Christophe Cresp for MV2S Racing. Take a look again at the start in the Dunlop curve. Watch the white car, Tony Wells, and the red and white car, Torsten Kratz. Little contact there. Kratz on the curbs. Big lock up as he hits the brakes. Around the outside goes the Felbermayr car. That got through cleanly, and this is the incident. Christophe Cresp, I think, looks like contact from behind, spinning him out in the first chicane and rolling backwards into the gravel. Oh, so close to saving it. Safety car in, back to green flag racing. And is still Fabian Michel for RSGP ahead of Tommy Foster for high class. WTM by Rinaldi. Torsten Kratz lying in third place from Reiter Engineering, Horst Felbermayr. They sweep up through the Dunlop curve. This is quite steep uphill, though it doesn't look like it. And there's Team Virage on Nielsen. Ricardo Gracia-Fila on the inside of Tony Wells moves up to 6th place. Slow zone from the end of the chicane. Oh, and look, cars coming out much too quickly, not paying any attention to the yellow flags. There was very nearly contact there. GT3 leaders, Custodio Toledo and the red and yellow Ferrari. Oh, almost hits the LMP3 car and then gets hit by Charles-Henri Samani. Up the Dunlop chicane, Charles-Henri Samani getting hit from behind by Maciej Kuraszewski. And Samani's car already damaged after running into the back of Custodio Toledo. Battle for 4th, Horst Felbermayr's Reiter Engineering car under real pressure from the yellow-nosed Virage car of Ricardo Gracia-Fila. He's got a great run, streaming alongside, and he will go through under braking. Nice move down to Mulsanne corner. Jamie Falvey there on the move for Team Virage, putting the moves around the outside of Christophe Lapierre, the Racing Spirit of Le Mans number 10 car, got in front of him into the braking area, but was there contact or did he overcook it? There was contact there. They're going to be hard-pressed to avoid him. And that looks like the number 10 Racing Spirit of Le Mans car pulling over in the background. Meanwhile, red and yellow CD Sport, Christian Short going around the outside of Tony Wells, or trying to. Wells holds on to 10th place for Nielsen Racing in number 7. Safety car is out, and that means all these cars flying down the Mulsanne will see the safety car boards and vigorously wave yellows, and it's because Patrice Lafargue is stuck in the gravel at the Dunlop chicane and Christophe Lapierre cannot get moving by the pit wall. In the pit lane already is Adjen Keeler from Cool Racing. I think they had just come in as the safety car was coming out. But now, as in race 1, everybody is going to pit together, led by RSGP. Race 1 winners WTM by Rinaldi and high class safety car on its own. They'll wait by pit exit for everyone else to come out. Well, no, he won't, because Celia Martin is still on track in the Iron Dames GT3 Lamborghini, and that is a critical error by the team. Some cars had already stopped, so championship leader David Drew in 3rd place for Cool Racing in LMP3. Everybody else still filtering in and out of the pit lane, and again, the mandatory stationary time should mean there shouldn't be too many dramas with safety. Everybody rejoining the queue. And finally, Celia Martin comes in as they go back to green flag racing. Disaster for the Iron Dames. There must have been some problem with communication. Back to green, MV2S lead. ANS Motorsport is the second LMP3 car, and there is David Drew for Cool Racing. Just going by the Kessel Racing 57 Ferrari. So Blackthorn's Aston Martin leads in GT3, second overall. Round the outside, Leonard Weiss has to go off wide, can't take sixth place there. Battle for fourth, coming past that Kessel Racing GT3 Ferrari. And look at this, Hadjian David, RHGP, but alongside him, Tommy Foster in the high-class racing car squeezes through. RHGP car goes out wide, Hadjian David losing a spot. Just behind them is Leonard Weiss, but the white and red Ferrari, that is second in GT3. The Aston Martin some way ahead. And again, Tommy Foster now coming under pressure from RSGP. Wow, Hadjian David goes wide down the hard shoulder of this public road that is the Mulsanne Straight and the run down to Indianapolis. Down into the chicane. He's back in front of Tommy Foster. Here's the battle for the lead. Maximus Meyer for MV2S. Right behind him, red, white and black, is Nicholas Schatz for ANS Motorsport. And there is David Drew in third position. So it's MV2S, ANS, and a breath back, Cool Racing. Then the Blackthorn Aston. More trouble for Reiter Engineering. Miklas Bourne has stopped, and this is Louis Hamilton Smith bailing out of the P4 racing machine. There's the Cool Racing team watching their man David Drew challenging Nicholas Schatz for second place. Here's that battle. Drew right in the slipstream. Schatz is going to defend hard in the middle of the road. You can see it's still damp on the edges from a rain shower earlier. David Drew looking to go the long way round the outside towards Indianapolis. That is the racing line. It is damper on the inside, and Drew sweeps around into second place. That is brave stuff from both men. That is not a corner to be messed with. Battle for third place. Nicholas Schatz under pressure from the recovering RHGP car of Hadjian David. Pulls out of the slipstream. Looking to use that momentum. Can he go by? Oh, they're still side by side right through Indianapolis. Epic stuff as Hadjian David goes through for third. Maximus Meyer will see the checkered flag as MV2S win it. Cool Racing just a second behind. RHGP in third spot. And the Blackthorn Aston Martin way clear of its rivals. That is victory for the green and black machine. No mistakes this time in the pit stops for Blackthorn. That one will stand. And they will be on the podium on race day in Le Mans. Confirmation that MV2S Cool and High Class were the top three. And eventually GT3 winning Blackthorn Aston finished in 18th place. Its closest rivals in 22nd and 25th. Another frantic road to Le Mans race, and once more interrupted by incidents. But this time almost 50 cars made it to the line. So despite all the excitement, only 7 retirements. Delight for the MV2S racing crew. Their decision to pit early paid off. They were in front when the safety car peeled off. And Maximus Meyer held on to claim victory in front of the enormous Le Mans crowd.
Speechless. I mean, it's a dream come true, you know, to win here at Le Mans. It's not the 24 hours, but hopefully it'll be soon in the 24 hours. So, yeah, amazing work by the team. Amazing work by Christoph all week. So, yeah, I'm really happy. I can't say much more.
Jens Rennemuller and Tommy Foster took third. Adrian Keeler, David Drew second, but victory went to Christoph Cresp and Maximus Meyer. The 97 Cool Racing car now has a 7.5 point lead over high class number 20. RHGP tied with the same points tally. It's going to be an entertaining second half of the season. In GT3, Blackthorn lost out in race 1, pitting too early, but a delighted Martin Berry taking victory in the Aston Martin in race 2. Their pit strategy worked superbly.
It's my first time here, and what an experience. Like, this track is incredible, and it's obviously a dream come true that on your first time here you're actually able to get on the podium. So yeah, at least today's race was a little bit cleaner than on Thursday, so a little bit more running. So yeah, really happy with the result. Lorcan did a fantastic job in terms of, you know, managing it at the end there and pulling a gap and staying calm and fast. So yeah, super happy.
Third for Nick Jones and Sven Muller's Porsche. Second, Maciej Kurzewski and Alessandro Balzan. But victory for Martin Berry and Lorcan Hannafin in the Blackthorn Aston. High Class Racing leads a Ferrari 1, 2, 3, 4 in the standings. 3 races down and 3 to go. Still a lot of points on offer. The next round of the Michelin Le Mans Cup will be at the awesome Spa-Francorchamps in late August. We will see you there.